Okay, so this week we're doing State Board Permanent Wave Service. It is a timed service. It's a State Board procedure. You have to roll 6 rods, so I always recommend you have 7. You need your water bottle, your NWRAPs, your mock perm solution bottle, which is just water. You can use any little plastic bottle that has a tip on it so that it won't spill. These are great. I think you can get them at Dollar Tree. You need cotton, which I have, or you can buy at Sally's, gloves, rat tail comb. And you have to roll 6 rods in this area, starting at the top of the back of the head and working your way towards the nape. And you're just going to do a rectangular section here and roll 6 rods in under 20 minutes. You're going to wrap it with cotton, put your gloves on, and then you're going to apply your mock solution. Okay, so first thing you're going to do when you start your service is what? Sanitize your hands. Always sanitize your hands, right? You're going to sanitize your hands. You're going to have all of this stuff in a Ziploc bag. You'll unpack your Ziploc bag and begin your service. All of that is in your timing, okay? You're going to have just done a haircut on this mannequin, so it's already going to be wet. But I still recommend that you have your water bottle for your NWRAPs. Your water bottle is probably already going to be on your vanity, so you don't have to work. You don't have to pack an extra water bottle or anything like that. Okay. Section it off so that you have your rectangle. You don't need to clip anything out of the way. This should be very easy and manageable. Depending on the length of your hair, remember that the rods have to go around, that hair length has to go around your rod 2 times, okay? Okay, so we're just going to do our rectangular base. They all have to be the same base placement. So I'm going to do probably on base placement. No, let's do half off. I'm going to do half off. All right. It doesn't specify which wrap you need to do, so I would do bookend if you can. What they're going to be looking for is that these ends are actually in the paper. There can't be any hair outside of those ends. And they are going to unwrap them and look at them. So this is going to be important for you to do your haircut correctly so that this area back here is all the same length and it's nice and, you know, even for you, so you're not dealing with a bunch of uneven ends inside those NWRAPs, okay? So if you cannot get these bases the same length, a clean rectangular base, then this is something you need to practice, okay? Make sure when you wrap this around there that that you can see the bands. They're not pinching the hair on the scalp, and that the bands aren't twisted. Again, if those bands are tight and you go to put permanent wave solution on there, you're going to be breaking some hair off, okay? So we want to be real careful with how we do that. They need to be rolled evenly and have good tension, but we don't want it so tight that we're snapping off hair. And again, I cannot tell you how important water is. Wetting these end wraps and keeping it wet just really helps it to stick to your rod, so you really don't have to work too hard. As long as you've combed that hair correctly, you should be fine. So water is your friend. And just stay even and consistent. They're going to be looking for the length of your base as well as the diameter. So don't get bigger as you go down. Make sure that it still matches the size of your rod. So whichever rod size you decide to use, make sure your base matches it, okay? Remember when you're rolling to do one hand and then the other, so that you don't get one side too tight and other side's going to be loose. If that is happening, it's because you're not rolling evenly, you're rolling it too tight on one side or the other. So when you roll, again, roll it in right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so I have my 6 rods. Okay. Now I am going to wrap my section with cotton. So if this were a full perm on a person, we would wrap the entire hairline all the way around twice with this same cotton so that the permanent wave solution doesn't drip down their neck. We don't want it running on the floor. We don't want it running down their face. Okay, it's super important. Okay. All right, then we put our gloves on. Because we never want to touch this stuff. Okay, this is an indication of how strong this stuff is. It's pretty nasty. Smells like rotten eggs also, which is another fun feature. Another reason I do not do perms. All right, so mock perm solution bottle, it's labeled, it's just really water. And we are gonna take each individual rod and we're just gonna drip all the way across, turn it all the way across, turn it again, all the way across. 3 times from end to end, turning that rod. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And be careful that you're not like crazy dripping water everywhere. And then you're going to demonstrate a test curl. So demonstrating a test curl, you're going to take the top rod and all you want to do is unroll it, but keep some pressure on it. Don't pull it tight so that we can see that you have a nice S pattern there. As you can see when I bounce it, it's got that little S curl. So we know that it's even, it's pretty, it's going to have a nice curl on it. Okay, and that's it. We're done. Okay, so you should easily be able to do this in under 20 minutes. This whole thing has taken me so far like 9 minutes. So I think this isn't too big of a challenge for you, hopefully. Good luck.